Hello and welcome to the developer commentary on Feast of Pilgrims. So I wanted to just feature this mission on my channel as a regular Let's Play for a while, but I knew I would want to talk about all the behind the scenes stuff. And I really can't do it on my own, because Random Teffer, or Rob, was the primary author on this mission, and I joined only during the last 3 months of development. So I asked him if he'd be willing to join me for this commentary, and he agreed. So thank you very much for being here.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
And maybe briefly outline what this mission is and how it came to be.
Yeah, so Feast of Pilgrims is basically my long-running attempt to make a true Thieves Highway mission. It's been something that I've always wanted to do. I mean, Life at the Party is, such a fan favorite. It's one of my favorite missions in the whole series. And I really wanted to make a true rooftop mission. And so I've tried over the years many, many times, but I've never quite been able to get it to work out. Feast of Pilgrims was a bunch of trial and error, basically, over the entire contest to make a rooftop mission, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it won the contest. Even
Yes,
though
yeah.
both you and I think that another mission should have won.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Into the Odd was superior, I think, but
Yeah.
I think it just this one was such a classic experience, and everybody loves Life of the Party, so I think it won for that reason. Even though Into the Odd is, I would say, a superior mission, but it's not a classic. It's not that classic feel. It's very strange. I mean, it's called Odd is in the name, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And before we begin, a few quick notes. As always, I will ghost the mission, I will get all the loot and pickpockets, but that won't be the focus of my commentary. And because there are 2 of us here, I won't be reading any readables, because that would really interrupt the flow of the conversation. I will still open them, so if you wanna pause the video and read them yourself, you're welcome. Right, let's begin. Let's watch the wonderful briefing you made.
Tonight is the annual Feast of St. Ives, and the Hammerites are observing the eponymous cathedral with an all-night sermon from Father Ira.
Pound this nail with me, my brother. Strike! Strike!
Real fire and brimstone type stuff, no doubt, inspired by his recent recovery of one of their earliest relics. The Chalice of Restor was found far to the south in a forgotten shrine not far from Shirak. Long ago, it was said to grant St. Restor's boon to any pilgrim who drank of its blessed water, restoring their vitality and enabling them to complete their pious journey. The cup is priceless. Unless you've got a good fence, that is. St. Ives houses one of the most impressive libraries in all the city, complete with a restricted section that contains a reliquary where the artifact is on display. Naturally, this is off limits to the layman, so the place is rigged with an alarm system similar to Craig's Cleft. Hammerites from all around the city will be attending tonight's mass, but they'll be drawn to the nave to hear the sermon, so security should hopefully be light. With the massive influx of the Builder's faithful, triggering the alarm would be ill-advised.
Intruder! Beware an intruder!
I guess I'll have to figure out a way to slip past or disarm it. I only need access to the upper floors, so I'll be taking the Thieves Highway. Just have to head north, and I can either loop around from the east or west to gain access to the roof. In addition to the cup, They've also brought back a few old maps Pilgrims once used to journey to the tomb of St. Eldon. Nobody knows exactly where the tomb lies, but it's said to house many treasures, so I might as well snag it for a rainy day. It's almost time for Mass. I'd better limber up.
Yeah, so we didn't mention that, but this mission is a prequel to Godbreaker.
Yes,
And,
that's right.
Looking at the list of objectives here is actually a good place to start, because for the longest time the mission didn't actually had any objectives, and it didn't even have a premise.
Yes,
It didn't
yes,
become a Connell mission until way late.
yes, that's true. That's true. It was going to be a Garrett mission at first, but like my mind was in Connell mode. I mean, I couldn't think of any story with Garrett that was coming to me. So I think it was actually you who suggested that it could be a Connell mission when
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the objectives.
It was just a random idea, but it worked. It worked out.
Yeah. As soon as you suggested that, it was like, oh yeah. Then the story like started coming together like pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't know. That's where my mind was. It was on Connell, because I had been thinking of stories for Broken Goddess, So that's what we had been working on. Is the story for that, and we're still working on it actually. Yeah, that's how that came about.
Yeah, and the objectives are actually pretty simple, and it's also an interesting topic because, like, it wasn't a conflict or anything, but for most of the development, I remember you saying that you want the mission to have a good, involved story, and I just kept repeating, well, no, let's just do a simple break-in and enter-in. And we kinda landed somewhere in the middle, because the objectives of the mission are really bare bones. We're just stealing 2 items and some loot. But we
Yeah.
did put a lot of lore into it, so there is still a lot to find for those who care about the story.
Yes, and there's only one lore book, but there's also a bunch of book titles that are related to, well, a lot of them are related to like the wider Connell world, I guess. I was just checking over some readables from Godbreaker actually the other day, and apparently I only had 4 like highlightable book titles, and they were all like jokes. Like, every one of them was a joke, but in this one there's like tons. There's like I can't even remember the number, but there's I think like around 20 maybe.
Yeah, we'll see if I can find them all.
Yeah. I don't know the actual number. That's just a guess. I know it's a lot more than 4.
And I will of course get Redison's contracts. Redison is a character you might remember from Godbreaker.
Yes.
And
R.I.P. Redison.
yeah, a couple of row pairs because I just don't like having one, even though there are like 7 or 8 of them you can find in the mission.
Time to head out.
Time to head out. Let me make a real save to begin with. And let's take a look at Redison's contracts. So this is something I came up with, also pretty late. It was after we realized that the mission is turning out to be pretty sandboxy in nature, which I think we both liked, but we wanted to give the player something to do in the city besides gathering loot, so we came up with these optional contracts to guide the exploration a little.
Yes, and we made sure that the contracts were free. Like you have to actually select it from the starting store, but it's free. So
Yeah.
that we figured that if we made the player have to actually take it, then they'll read it rather than having it like having it just be automatically in their inventory at the beginning, like sometimes people do.
Yes, that's game design 101.
Yeah. How many times have you played a mission where it's like they've included like a diary or something of Garrett or whoever, and it's like it's just in your inventory and you don't even realize it until later?
I usually check everything I have at the beginning, but
Oh yeah, see,
I know what you mean, yeah.
yeah, I don't always do that. So I mean, that's a lot of times why people will put in an objective saying like read your diary or whatever, which is, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
And we made it a point that all the objectives except the 2 main ones are optional. There will be another one we'll get later, which is also optional.
Yes.
And we can take a look at the map as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, I believe did Tanner make this?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
Tanner.
I thought so. Yeah. He always makes good maps. I usually have him as my map guy.
So I'll open it once in a while. Not too much probably, but here is where we start. Here is the church, or the cathedral. And here is the note, which was the very last minute addition. And it had a massive impact on how the players approach this map. Because like every streamer I saw playing this always read this and went to Fort Romero as their first destination.
Yeah, and honestly, that's going through Pembroke to Romero is usually the route that I always kind of instinctively take anyway. Sometimes I make myself go other directions, of course, you know, but that's the one that I always feel inclined to take.
Yeah, it will be the route I take as well, just because it feels so natural. And this starting area is also a late addition, because for the longest time the mission didn't actually have a place where Connell would start. We didn't know where that would be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you added this place.
yeah,
that
I built
was,
it
that was
pretty quickly, and it didn't actually turn out the way I wanted it to be, because I wanted it to be a little bigger and more linear, because in a large city mission like this I feel it's important to give the player a starting area where they can get their bearings. But here, like, you jump over to that building and you're already met with a fork in the road, so
yeah.
it's not at
I
all
think
what I wanted, but we didn't have the luxury of being able to iterate in it, so it is what it is.
well, yes, and also like it was one of the last areas we added,
Yeah.
so we didn't have a ton of brushes to work with left.
It's interesting that it's right next to the very first area that was made for the mission.
Yeah. And that readable we just looked at was talking about the wandering lunatic,
Yeah.
which you'll hear throughout the mission.
And see.
Yes, you'll even get a chance to spot him at one point. Yes.
And also because
Something moved there.
this was a stock-only contest, we couldn't use any custom art, but we could make some from the cutscenes.
Yes.
And all of those pictures, I think, turned out really nice. They are actually a little more crisp than the regular stock art, which is more low-res, but they look nice.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't edit them really at all. I just quickly grabbed them from the cutscenes. Actually, one of the objectives that we have from Radisson is to retrieve the mechanical eye that he's going to either
Yeah, which
give
you
or
made
sell to
from
Garrett. Yeah.
the texture in a cutscene.
Yes, the scene where Garrett is like cleaning his mechanical eye. I actually took the texture from there and put it on the actual object. Yeah.
And there is
There's
that
that
lunatic
lunatic.
again.
He's breaking in someplace.
And this is Pembroke Manor, also one of the first places.
Thought
Not for
I
me.
heard something.
Yes.
Must have
I'm
been
very
rats.
I'm very proud of this, especially this room in here. I'm very proud of the way this turned out.
You wanna talk about this texture?
Yeah, so this texture was made from taking screenshots of the bookshelves in the game. Like when I first first started making the bookshelves in these mansions, I actually hand placed all of the books on the shelves. They're all individual objects. But eventually we ran out of object IDs because the mission just became super massive. So
Yeah, we saved like, what was it, 2,000 brushes just by removing all the books.
yeah,
It was
but
insane.
I didn't. I worked so hard on arrange, and it took so long to arrange all of the books like that. I didn't want to like totally lose the work, so I ended up making a new texture out of some of the shelves. I just took screenshots of them in game, turned up the brightness all the way, and made textures out of them.
Well, it does look better than the stock book texture.
Yeah, the perspective is a little wonky on it, but it's okay. Like it's not a huge deal.
What's that?
Over here! Help!
Nothing now. All right. I hear you. Where are you, you
Some poor woman is very scared right now in the city.
Yeah, this will be the only one of these conversations I listen to. The other two we'll get to after the lunatic is dead. Spoilers.
Oh, really? Okay.
You see all them hammers up at Ivy's? Must be some kind of feast or something.
Ah, yes, it's the Pilgrims' Feast. That means they're going to be ringing that infernal bell all night long. Farewell, sleep.
Bloody fanatics. Well, could be worse, eh? You could have that zombie thing Horace complains about. Makes him stagger about all sleepy-eyed.
Zombies? It's insomnia, you fool! I'm busy! Don't you have a patrol to attend to? There's that foreign lunatic on the loose, you know.
Of course, sir. Chaffing blue bloods. I got your wife to attend to. Chaffer.
Classy.
Who's noising about then?
Yeah, don't mess with that guy.
Yeah.
What do I see there? Must have been rats.
Traveler's Guide to Silver Smoke.
Yeah, there is
Guess it was
also
nothing.
something very annoying here,
Oh yes.
which is this.
Yes.
Must have been rats.
And that
Little-
is the result of a bounce trigger being in this window, which is supposed to activate this conversation. And for some reason, bounce triggers, or I think markers of any kind, mess up Mentalin.
Yes. I don't understand it. Since
Welcome
they're
to the
not
Dark
really-
Engine, I guess.
Yeah, they're not really physical things, so it's frustrating. But yeah.
Yeah, it also was frustrating. I think I remember one of the streamers who couldn't mental into this window and just said, well, I guess I'm not supposed to go here, which was very unfortunate. Like, if it
Yes.
looks like you're supposed to go, here you are. And yeah, you can just
Yeah.
jump into it, but it's not intuitive, and we should have done something about it.
Yeah. I always, whenever I get to windows like that, I always jump. I never mantle that way. I never do. I always jump into it because it doesn't. You don't clack when you jump to a low height like
Who's
that. So
noising about
I've just instinctively always played like that when I play Thief. I don't mantle over tiny little ledges like I see a lot of people do. Which
Yeah.
often leads to different design, such as in Godbreaker, like the first mission. Like,
Oh yeah, there are
you know,
some annoying jumps in there.
yes. See, for me, it's very natural, but like I didn't properly take into account how other people play.
Anyway, we will have to update this mission at some point and address some of the genuine issues with it. So there is the armory that was talked about, which I will find the code later. I won't go in there because there is nothing in there I need. There is fire arrows, mines, gas arrows, and gas mines. Useful, but nothing I actually need. And the way you find that code is also something we came up with and thought was hilarious.
At the time. It's still funny. It's just I think
We overdid it a little.
we overdid it. Yeah. Like one or two comments would have been all right, but like a comment on every single page was See, like I know I had Jim record several different grossed out Connell comments, and I thought they were all so funny. I had to use them all, but now in hindsight, it's like maybe it's a bit too much. But you know, hopefully this guy doesn't see you.
No, he won't. You can actually hide behind open doors as well, because they still block AI vision. It's very handy.
Yep.
There is another note from the captain.
Something there.
And the captain then lives in a building over there. We'll get there in quite a bit of time.
Yes. And that tree is dead because the guards murdered it by feeding it ale.
Now, let's head in here. Oh, and I just missed the guard. That's okay.
Yep.
Knob and Job Woodworking.
Yeah. I don't know where that name came from. It just
It is funny.
well, it's yeah, it's pretty childish humor.
Yeah,
but
lowbrow.
Yeah, very very. Yeah. But
What I
it's fun
see
to have
there?
have a bit of that sometimes.
Oh, I wanted to put it on the table. There.
There you go. A city mission would be nothing without Raoul belting out opera from a window somewhere.
Absolutely. And this area actually looks a lot like the starting section from Life of the Party.
Yeah, this whole section is ripped almost directly from there. The buildings are, it's not one-to-one, but the buildings are very similar.
And this is also where we have one of our contracts.
Who's there?
Yes. Yeah, basically that contract, that optional, was just to give the player a reason to go over here if they want to. Yeah, this spot will look very familiar if you remember
Yep,
from Life of
that's
the
where
Party.
the
'cause it's-
keeper is.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, got the smuggler's package.
I think this warehouse here is one of my favorite buildings. It's like one of my favorite areas because it's so heavily inspired from Life of the Party. Like it looks
I
like
like
it.
the ambient I put in here. It sounds
Yes,
very
it's-
industrial.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Let me just quickly get the money from these gamblers.
Just because I've been here only a few months.
Some of the toughest loot in the mission here.
Yes.
Yep, as expected.
Well, you did take his money right in front of him, you know. So it's like when you're gambling, you have your eye on your money that you won. So you know, it makes sense. See, that would never happen in real life. Like they would instantly see you reaching and grabbing for their money.
Connell is just that sneaky.
He's that good, yeah. He's that good. He's so good that they like would just give it to him. He a kind little man coming up to take their money, be like, "Yeah, of course. Here you go."
Not this time.
I'm so lucky I didn't get caught there.
Oh yeah, here we've got Puddleshank's office.
No, it's not Tuttleshank. Tuttleshank is further west. This is some other guy who really likes women.
I believe it is Tuttleshank. Actually, I think I intended that to be his.
Oh really? Like another office? Because
Yeah.
Tuttleshank is all the way back here.
Yes, yes. I guess I assumed he owned like both of them, like he was
Ah, okay.
managing both of the warehouses. But
I didn't
yeah.
know that, but sure,
I,
it
I
works.
wanted him to be like kind of seen as a dick. So like I had him like with tons of different women in his diary. But yeah, I mean if you don't want it to be Tuttle Shank, I mean hey, it's open to interpretation. I didn't actually have it signed, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, he always signs his letters.
Yeah.
But that's our first contract done. Really simple. Inspired by Supreme Ghost and rules, of course. Because you have to return the key. And I will hit this building as well. I won't go to the mages just yet. I'll do that later. These are some of my favorite interiors in this entire mission. Just looks so nice.
Yes, this was a lot of fun to make. Yeah, I like these little houses.
Yeah, they are really cozy because of
Yep.
how cramped they are.
Yes, and with the fireplaces and the firelight and stuff. And yeah. Reference to some really obscure fan mission
Yeah, it's
that
like
nobody knows.
only 3 people in the world who have played Midnight and Merkbell.
Yes. Oof.
Ouch.
Oof. Oof.
Okay, that's not very far. That
Thank God for the
never happened to me.
new metal sound we used from T2X that actually I recently found out, maybe I shouldn't say this actually, but I recently found out from looking that that new metal sound that I use in Godbreaker actually makes no sound. It doesn't alert AI at all, even when you clack on it.
Yes, I know. Because I copied it 1-to-1 in Cracks in the Glass as well, and it doesn't
Yeah.
alert anyone in my mission.
Yeah, I thought it was the same as Stone. That's what I intended it to be. So I'll actually fix it for the when we patch Godbreaker before Broken Goddess gets released, and it's in Broken Goddess now. It should make the same sound as Stone currently in the build in Broken Goddess. I fixed it, but yeah, in the original release of Godbreaker, it actually makes no sound at all. But you can hear the sound; it just doesn't alert any AI at all. It might as well be Moss, basically.
It gets the job done, though.
Yeah.
Alright, this guy needs to go into the building. Not that one. Well, let's randomize patrols for you.
Yeah, this guy can be pesky sometimes.
He's like actively making fun of me.
Yeah. He's the best guard in the whole mission. He's just extremely savvy.
Okay, good. Yes, there is a bottle of wine here, which I wanna get.
I really like this warehouse room too. I like
Yeah, I like the, statue
yeah,
being
exactly.
carved out.
Yes, yeah, that was a good idea. I think it was your idea, wasn't it?
No, I think you put it in.
Oh, really? I thought for some reason I remember you. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while, so.
Right, and here we're gonna encounter the most dangerous guard in the mission.
Oh yeah, this is that other guard's brother, and
Yeah.
they're close by. So.
He's actually pretty inefficient at his job.
Yes. He shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Yeah, like all the way back here, he doesn't even see me, I think.
Yeah.
But he will see me if I go up to the table.
That guy's not been caught yet.
Yeah, and there are Burricks screaming as well.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing to those barracks.
Now, here is something very unfortunate. There is a conversation here that's very easy to miss.
Yes.
It's gone.
What was that?
Great. We've been robbed.
Strange.
But better not find some thief's pawn hawking this tomorrow.
Well, seems clear.
Damn you! Curse your eyes! Where have you been? You let someone get away on you.
Tap off.
Yeah, there is this conversation which are set up like ambient sounds. So if you walk into the radius and leave, you just abort them completely and you won't ever hear them. So we should
Yeah.
set them up as actual conversation
conversations,
or
yeah.
VO traps, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I actually like that conversation. It's like, I mean, obviously you can tell what's going on, but, you know, one guard has found another guard kind of not doing a good job and something has been stolen and he gets really mad and the other guard doesn't seem to care that much.
Yeah, there is one conversation which is a masterpiece in this mission.
Oh, I agree. And
We'll get to it.
people have missed it, sadly.
Okay, and here is the Mage's Tower, which I won't do anything in here just yet, but we'll be back here.
That conversation you just talked about, it has Dan Thrawn's approval. He laughed when he heard it, so
That's
that
awesome.
means that it's good.
Almost forgot about this apartment.
Oh yes. More people complaining about Tuttleshank.
And this hemorrhoid is right on time.
If thou be there,
Now, I don't think
bespeak thyself.
we ever intended this jump to be possible, but it is. I
Yes.
think we intended to use the pipe. There is some
Yeah.
loot near the statue, so I will still have to wait for him to go away.
I don't think the jump is possible if you jump straight. I think
Yeah,
you have to
you
strafe
have to-
jump.
yeah.
Yeah. But I never having required strafe jumps, like, you know.
Yeah, there is one in the civic area with Rothschild Manor where we can jump over
Hello?
the balcony.
Yeah, but you don't have to go that way.
She
You can
heard
go
me.
around. It's not required. Like, as long as the strafe jumps are fine, as long as they're not required to go.
Yeah,
you should be able to
absolutely.
go around. Yeah, yeah. The civic building area has a strafe jump to make a shortcut, but you don't have to use it. You can go around.
There is some annoying platforming in this mission, but we tried to mitigate it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And this is not what Saint Ives looks like, by the way.
No, but we couldn't use custom content, so. Oh, here we have one of the sermon points.
Something moved, thought I saw.
Yes, it's supposed to give you the idea that the nave is right over there. I'll grab this. So should I listen to the sermon?
Maybe a little bit.
Hast thou nothing to do? Treachery!
Thy death gapes for thee.
This was really fun to make.
Prepare to justify thy sorry existence to thy builder. Builder, I call thy wrath.
Yeah, I like the chanting part that they do, but it comes kinda late.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I should have started out with that. Because that's my favorite part too, actually.
Right, now that we've made it to the church, let me save it.
Hold! Where goest thou?
'Tis only me. Thou needest not sound the alarm.
Nay, brother. The alarm is reserved for the security of our reliquary. Any other intruders are to be dealt with ourselves, for the Ira doth not wish the sermon interrupted.
I would be appalled were I to cause such an interruption. I shall return to my duties then.
All novices should be attending the sermon. 'Tis the Pilgrims' Feast, my good lad. Prithee tell me the reason for thine absence?
Just to take some fresh air. Brother Devon hath made me to clean his vile bucket again, and I could not breathe.
Didst he? Verily, a stroll in the garden should fare thee well.
And the word went before him.
Like, I really like Goldwell's Hammerite.
Yeah,
Actually.
Vigilance is our shield that protects us from the squalor.
there is a secret back there, but I'll get it later. There is actually another secret in here, which is very evil, if I do say so myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a couple.
Yeah, there is this one, which is very easy to get, but there is one behind the banner, which I put in, and Platrimus blew my mind with how he got it.
Oh, I don't even remember.
He just stacked a bunch of objects and got this loot through the banner, but I intended the players to slash the banner.
Oh, the banner doesn't actually block from distance.
Yeah,
Vigilance is our shield.
Interesting.
that
I thought it.
protects us from
Did
the
we?
past. Knowledge
Maybe we should just leave it the way it is.
yeah, we should. But the way I intended the players to get this secret is to do something like this. Because you can't swing your sword while you're airborne, but you can
Yeah.
start swinging it and jump.
Yes.
And it is a ghost bust, so
Yeah.
it won't be a ghost success, but whatever. There's
Brother
also
Devon
one of those
doth
posters.
Keep the company of 8 beasts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's the tamest one.
Yes. Yes. Well, there's an implication in that.
This is an amazing readable.
Yeah. I really hope Connell washed his hands after grabbing that note, because it's definitely in the bucket.
And a mandatory secret, which is not marked as one. Periscope control. And I guess we'll talk about the concoction of dispersal recipe later. But you have to read it before the object you can interact with becomes actually frabbable, which is something I don't like, and I'm not sure why we added it. I mean, I remember why, but why did we agree to make it not frabbable?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, when we update it, we'll definitely fix
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, we'll talk about this later. I do like this readable. It doesn't actually make much sense as something written, because it's like written in an accent, but was hopefully successful at evoking this image of the Switch as this kind of voodoo lady.
Yeah, that was why that novice has to clean out the bucket, because the voice actor who voiced him is the one who made the decision to not have that thing be
Right.
probable. Yeah, that's
Interesting.
So slashing the banner is half the trouble. Now we actually have to get that hammer, which is also tough. Honestly, Clatrimus's method might be easier than what I'm doing.
I'll be honest, I actually totally forgot there was even anything in that behind that banner. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the toughest secret in the mission to find. It's very obscure, but it's a secret, so that's fine.
I believe one of the secrets has like a sound hint when you get close to it. I think it's the one up here. Not this one, but down the hall a little bit.
First try, but I'm gonna get spotted here.
Yeah.
And of course, now it won't be first try. Yeah, this is how you're supposed to do it. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this secret has a sound cue. There is loud chanting coming from here. And
I believe the other
the
one
one on the second floor has to, yes.
Yeah. I think at one point I was gonna put in like some kind of hint about like that sound cue, but I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, I won't need this key anymore. Unless we want to show what the alarm does. But we can just leave that for the players to discover on their own.
Yeah.
But yes, there is an alarm you can activate, and it's kinda funny. I guess we'll talk about it when we get to the actual reliquary.
There are no cats in this cathedral, but you may have heard a cat, so I apologize. The cat is in the background. It might have come through. I don't know if it did or not.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, good.
And I need to get the actual reliquary key first.
So that crane looks really good. I know you added that in as a way to get up into the cathedral.
Yeah, it's... I couldn't come up with anything else, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
And what do we have here? I still find this hilarious.
It scared people. Like people were scared by it.
Reliquary
Just that
key.
head.
A letter. And here we're gonna have Connell talk to himself, basically.
Yes.
You, mortal, come closer.
Who are you?
Not too sure. Still, you could help me. You must.
Judging by your friend here, I don't believe I will.
This fool, he died by his own hand. Backfired spell. Ill prepared to use old magics. Now I'm trapped in here.
What was the priest after?
He wanted the location of an ancient record, inscribed in stone long ago. Woefully out of his reach, even if I would have gotten the chance to tell him where it is.
I see. And what will you do for me if I help you?
I'm no fool. I know you need incentive. So what is it you desire? Revenge? Love, perhaps? No. You seem more practical than that. Perhaps humanitarian assets.
I'm listening.
This is a Hellfire Ruby, created many millennia ago in my world. Many souls have been used to create it. You won't find anything like it on this plane. Free me, and it's yours.
So, you would just give it away.
Once back on my plane, I could find more. It means little to me.
And how do I free you?
You'll need a scroll of dispersal. If you don't have one, you can also make a potion of similar effect. This poor wretch likely has a recipe for such things lying around in here. Somewhere. He had a potion on him. Got destroyed when the fool blew himself up.
I'll see what I can find.
Yep. Same voice actor.
He's such a good voice actor that like you can't even tell. And actually, many of these demon lines, those of you who are Elder Scrolls fans, you might think that this voice sounds very familiar. I don't know how he's able to do it, but that demon's voice in so many places sounds exactly like one of the voice actors for all of the Elder Scrolls games. And if you've played them, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But like one of the lines, like a few of the lines sound like perfect. They sound exactly like him. And actually, Jim can do an amazing impression of Dan Thrawn's guard voice too. He can do like a perfect impression of that, which he's done for us many times actually. I know it's kind of rough on his voice though when he does it.
It is rough on his voice. He has done some for the Black Parade as well.
Yeah.
And later we found out that it was actually very hard for him to do, and kind of felt bad.
Yeah, the Guard 2 voice is hard on my voice as well.
So now we have our final optional objective, which is the most involved one in the entire mission, and directly connected to the main story. Or rather, general lore of this mission. So designing this quest was very fun, but I made a few mistakes, which I'll of course talk about. Let's get the best Connell line in the entire mission.
I actually don't remember. I don't remember the line you're talking about.
The city looks less shitty from up here.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot we put that in. That's funny.
That's an amazing line.
Yes. Was that a joke line that he just did and you decided to put it up here?
I asked him to do it.
Okay. Because there's some times where he does like a joke during testing, like when he's doing testing, and we end up like just taking it and finding a spot for it. We've done that a few times with him. Actually, a couple different times in this mission. A couple of them are Easter eggs where they were actually just like kind of bloopers or him just like joking around, and we turned it into something like extra, which we thought was funny. But I don't think we're going to show those to you.
Yes, there is the lore book.
Yes. I'm actually proud of this lore. It kind of reads like a parable from like holy text of some kind.
Yeah,
which
very
is what
much
it was
so.
intended. Yeah. I really like that. I think somebody was reading it in.
I think I missed one of the posters.
Oh yeah, this is the keen sting of a paddle upon thy backside. I think somebody read the lore in a Let's Play. I don't remember who it was, but they commented that the moral of the story is that being rich is evil and being poor is good. And if that's what you think the reason for the moral of the story was, then you should probably read it again.
Where was the last poster? I think I missed it as well. I think it's somewhere back here. Oh yeah, there it
It's
is.
right there. Yeah, it's right there before the novice quarters.
Eaten of undergarments. That's the best one.
Yes, that's like the Bart Simpson one.
Now, where is that archer? Not here.
He's on the other side. Oh, just in time.
There's a book up here. Oh, there is another one.
Yes. These books are just references to other fan missions.
Of course.
You know, you do realize that by clicking on that, you just added another year to the development of Roxburgh
Yes,
Zero.
it's sad, but what are you gonna do?
Every
And
time you click on that book, it adds another year of development.
you're not supposed to enter here with the periscopes operational, but you can. And if you activate the alarm, it won't end the mission, but it will result in some pretty funny
Yes.
consequences, like a bunch of guards spawning around, well, a bunch of Hammerites, and one of them is very big,
Yes.
which is cool, but he's so big he actually has trouble pathfinding.
Yes.
So this is the chalice, made of humble clay. I wonder if the stories are true.
There's some attention to detail we gave for when the alarm goes off. Like, obviously, with the alarm in the church were to go off, the sermon wouldn't continue like in real life, you know. So the spots where you can hear the sermon, it actually gets replaced with another looping kind of
Yes,
conversation
because
where you can
the
hear
priest who was given the
Hammerites,
sermon
yeah,
is now yelling.
like find him, like look, like you can hear the voices of everybody searching. So that was an attention to detail that I think a lot of people probably
It's kind of the
did
thing
not
that
notice, but
probably
yeah.
nobody ever noticed, but we put in anyway, because we're
Yeah.
obsessed like that.
Yes.
Not sure which way this guy will be going when he gets in here. Oh yeah, it's a good thing I didn't stand there.
I'm surprised he didn't first alert there.
And now for the map. Yeah,
Perfect.
both main objectives are like right next to each other, which some people pointed out is strange, but it's fine. Actually, the map was, I think, our initial idea, because it is the map you might recognize.
Yes. Yeah.
But then you came up with the Chalice of Restor, which became the main objective.
Yeah. I wanted the map
This
to
could
end
turn
up
out to
being
be quite the adventure someday.
secondary.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I didn't even realize he busted you.
I
That's funny.
thought I was in a perfect shadow.
He didn't say anything. He just like turned and shot you.
This could turn out to be quite the adventure someday.
Yes, it could. Yes, I
Yeah,
am in
you're
a perfect
definitely in-
shadow.
Yeah, you're in a shadow.
And he's supposed to give a comment here.
Yeah, it doesn't need to say that it's gone or something like that.
Where went the map? Some hasty brethren have spirited it away, and I was still examining it. How vexing! I shall find the one who hath acted so rudely and see them punished before the cock crows.
Dude, I don't remember that at all. I don't. I didn't realize that we actually had Russ put in online. That's funny.
That's an interesting book to have in a Hammerite library.
Yes. There are heretics everywhere. Before the cock crows.
And now we've completed both of our main goals.
This cathedral is actually based on a real cathedral, just the outside front of it. Didn't it have an accident or something in the last couple of years? Didn't it, like, burn or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard something like that.
I don't remember. I don't know if the whole thing was burned or if just part of it was damaged. But the actual cathedral that I looked up screenshots when I was making this thing, I don't know, I guess maybe the demon from this mission cursed the real cathedral or something, I don't know.
Yay. Who comes onto me?
Oh, he's looking.
He spotted me through the door.
Yep.
Because
The bars, yeah.
if a door is at least a little bit transparent, the Dark Engine considers the entire door transparent.
Yeah. You can't hide behind the barred doors like you can the wood ones, like when they're open. I believe so, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there's barred doors you can see through here, though. They're definitely, they look better just because you can see the room on the other side.
Who passes there?
Dang, he's sensitive.
A plague on these rats.
Well, it's damn rats. Keeping him on edge.
What is that? Who goes? Nothing to see now, I fear. Who passes there?
Bespeak thyself.
And
He's looking,
he
yeah.
heard that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not sure why I am making noise here.
Yay. Who comes onto me?
Yeah, you crouched, right?
Now.
You shouldn't when you... Yeah. Weird.
And we're gonna hit the cemetery later.
Okay. The cemetery was a lot of fun to make, too.
Yeah, there's a lot going on down there.
It's unexpected. Like,
Oh, is it
this
rest
is
now?
it is a true Thieves Highway mission, but there are, you know, that's a spot where you actually are street level, but it's all contained within the cemetery.
Right, let's make another real save. I don't think there is anything else
Yes.
in this apartment.
This woman is passed out on the couch. Her bed is right there.
Yeah. I could knock her out and put her in the bed, but that would be against ghosting rules. So I'm not gonna go into the other apartment yet. Let's actually go around the city and gather all the items we need for the ritual. The first one is in Kokubu's soap factory. And should we tell the story of where this name came from?
Yeah, sure. I believe it came from the music we were listening to. It was like that city pop stuff.
Yeah, the Japanese 70s and 80s pop, which we listen to pretty much daily while working on the mission.
Yes, yes.
And I still listen to it like once in a while. It's good music.
Yeah, me too. Actually, it's really good. This So this is the
bathroom
Well,
of Lady
yeah.
Kukubu.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I can just perfectly imagine her singing "Plastic Love" while taking a bath in this room.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't intend on this, but every time there is a dome like this, you can see the moon through it, which looks
Yeah.
epic.
Yes. Yeah. That's really cool. That's really
Like
cool.
it was just a happy accident. And here is her factory. And the first item we're gonna need, the cray egg. But we have to do something with it, and this, I think, was my biggest blunder when it comes to designing the mission, because here is a readable that refers to what we have to do. We need to find a diamond drill to work with the egg, but it doesn't say where the drill is, and even if the player has seen the drill, which we haven't in this run, it's kinda hard to remember where it is, because
Yeah.
it's very far. It's above Butcher Bill's right here. So this note should have said where the drill is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
We
like
can fix
a
that.
failure of design when it comes to this mission. It was the hardest thing for the people to find.
Yes, I noticed a lot of people had trouble with it. I mean, there's so much stuff in the mission, and it's so big. It's like, yeah, it's hard to remember. At least this guard is not stuck.
Yes, he has a very good tendency of getting stuck on the staircase right outside this building. He does free himself up eventually, every time. Like, he's never permanently stuck there.
I don't think he's ever actually been stuck for me, but you know, I've seen him get stuck for other people before.
We can talk about how this staircase doesn't make any practical sense.
Stop tapping with me.
Whoa, I didn't realize I would actually be making noise while going down here.
I love that line where it's like guard 2 and he's just like making grunting noises. It's just, I don't know if it was an attempt to just like try to sound like you're saying something from a distance or something. I don't know.
It was a good idea to import Thief 1 guard voices into this.
Oh yeah, I always.
Some people
like in every-
hated it, like, oh no, it's no longer an authentic Thief 2 experience, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's dumb. The more voice schemas that you have, the AI have to choose from when they get randomly assigned them, the better, in my opinion. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I always import as many like voice sets as I can. The only thing though is I don't always like some of the Thief 3 voice sets as well. So sometimes I don't use some of those.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that lately, by the way, and the voice work is really nice in Thief 3. Like, it's been
It
a while
is.
since I played last time, but all the conversations are amazing in that game. Another letter from Tuttleshank. It's kind of funny how Tuttleshank is just a random character in Life of the Party, and we gave him so
Yeah.
much attention in this.
Yeah, see, this is more evidence that note to self in the warehouse is Tuttleshank's, because he's just talking about, you know, having an encounter with another woman at a party.
And this readable gives more detail about the lunatic that's been running around. Turns out he's a member of a music band. By the way, did you know that this is now officially part of the shared Thief lore?
Is it?
In Catacombs of Nas Remastered, Nicked actually wrote a reference to Jose Cabron in one of the readables. So it's official now.
You?
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, I smiled
Weird.
when I saw that.
Did he confirm that this is where it came
Yeah.
from? Oh, wow, okay. I hadn't talked to him about it. That's awesome.
Right, I'm not gonna explore Maximilian Estate in its entirety either. Also, these gargoyles make absolutely no sense. Like,
Oh,
they are
perfect sense.
they are just here for the
So you can
player.
have that cup.
Yeah, but they don't... Oh, what? They don't fit stylistically, and they aren't anywhere else on this building. It's a little lazy. But I don't know. Would a pipe have been better?
I don't know. I don't have a problem with them. I mean, I guess we could have put more.
Dude,
Wow,
stop clacking.
I didn't know you could clack when you're messing up on something.
Hello? Maybe next time.
This is Dark Max's manor.
Well, it originally came from one of French Decay's abandoned missions. And
Yes,
then
yes.
underwent a bit of iteration. Turned out really well.
Yes. Well, when it was first put in, it looked like crap. But
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say crap.
I don't know. It was
It was kinda bare bones, though.
yeah. It's a cool idea. It's just it was very bare bones when it was first put in, and we put in these little, like that little what do you call it? Like a nook or something? Reading? I don't even know what you call it, but we put in little.
It's like a study in the middle of a room.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on here?
Must be an ambient sound there, or a bounce trigger maybe.
There we
I don't
go.
know.
Now, here is not the lunatic that's been running around, but a completely different burglar who can ambush a noble couple down below. I actually don't like triggering this event when I'm playing casually, because it can result in some bodies being discovered in the stats. If he manages to kill one of them.
I always like triggering it just because it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, there were people that thought it was the lunatic though,
Yeah,
which
that's
makes
not him.
sense.
Here is the packet of grape seeds. That's another one of our contracts, the easiest one to fulfill. And also here are
Yes.
the actual healing grapes, which I know many people missed,
Yes.
because they are very tiny.
And they apparently grow in size when you drop them.
Yes, when you pick up the big healing fruit, they all turn big.
Yep.
I know why that happens. It's because they have the same stack property, so it's easy to fix, but it's not something that even crossed my mind.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't think anybody would ever drop them. Who drops healing fruit? I guess maybe to like stack it to jump on it maybe.
Yes. Right, it's kinda difficult to get down from here. First try.
Nice.
And we have another item we're gonna need. Black grease, or basically oil. Yeah, this used to be just a corridor at some point, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think I don't recall why I added this. I think it was just to have a way to sneak around the guard easier, maybe. I don't know. And to have this kind of an interesting room
Now
to go
there is
into.
an entire apartment here.
Yep. I think it turned out pretty cool.
This area can be a little confusing at first. There are so many ways to go.
Yeah, this part here is definitely life of the party.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like the room you can sneak into at the beginning.
Yep.
There we go. I'm not gonna go into the warehouse, this one, but we are gonna go say hi to the lunatic.
Yes.
He's already saying hi to us.
Yes.
Now, this is supposed to be another super secret that's very hard to find, and it's also very awkward to try to get, because you have to like stand here, shoot a rope, and you're supposed to be able to actually... Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Remember, there was no window or flower pot here,
Yes. Initially,
and I fought for that. And
fought
you
to keep
convinced
it?
me to add it, yeah. Which was a good idea, because it was even more of a pain to get into this apartment.
Yeah, it was.
Come back here and fight! Back here, you coward!
Get out!
Ah!
Never out!
What? Drop your weapon! Mess with me and you'll crown me, Tappa boy!
Get out!
Ah! Help me get this Tappa!
Never out!
Hey!
Oh my God!
You're a pincushion now, Tapper!
Oh!
A yard of pain for you! Knock your teeth out! Ah! Here's an arrow for you! That must have hurt! You killed him! Could be worse. So, like I was telling you yesterday, you want to hurt the guy, not knock him down or pat him on the head. Not the weather we're having. Makes me wish I was inside guarding one of them exhibits.
I spent forever on that thing, on that part. Like, it took a long time because, like, it sounds like the actual sounds of AIs fighting and stuff, but
Yeah, but
I took every individual, I took every individual sound, like footstep sound, and made it, made it sound like AIs were chasing each other and fighting and everything.
yeah, I think Clitrimus actually commented like that it would be cool to see this fight in real time, but it's not happening in real time.
You're right, you're right.
And now, if we go over here, there he is.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Just a beggar. Just the, I think he's actually the Raoul mesh.
Now, if you don't trigger that, there is another funny conversation that's happening here, but of course now we're not gonna hear it. And the captain's room.
That terror.
Moog beat.
I hate myself, but I hate this guy even more.
You know, I don't wanna go over his soiled papers. I mean, I already read the readable in Brother Devon's bucket.
Yeah, well, and we know what the code
I'll
is.
just get this one, the one we need.
Yeah.
That's the code.
Yeah.
I should burn this note and my clothes and this whole daffing neighborhood.
I agree, Connell. I agree.
Yes.
Nobody better be taffing around down here. Must be one of them grubbers again.
Right, first of all, there is the diamond drill. Now we have a pierced grey egg, and we can actually work with it. Now let's crash the mage's party. There is a
Here's your-
conversation that's supposed to happen here, and it should trigger from above right here as well, because it only triggers when you're in that doorway. That's another thing we should add.
All right.
Also, this music is stuck, believe it or not, but it's only in the German version of Thief 2 for some reason.
Yes.
Say, the Sultan surely knows how to throw a good party.
Sweet silence
Soft
returns.
pleasant music, strong spices. This is the life.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I hear we won't be enjoying the spices for much longer.
What are you talking about? When we run dry, the Sultan will just hoard them from the Republic.
You really believe that nonsense? These spices are all local, and I hear they've become more and more difficult to procure. My contacts in Wayside are solid. They think it's all because of the war. So, if I were you, I'd stock up.
A spice shortage because of the war? Whatever, Taffer. I think you might have smoked too much tonight.
Is someone there?
A magma crystal. So we only need one more item. I really like this interior. Another one of my favorites.
Yeah, I know the garden, like the garden party thing, was something that you put in.
Yeah, I just wanted there to be something back here because there wasn't anything, so I added the doorway and the garden, and it was very small to begin with, but then we expanded it.
Yeah.
Because this just used to be a dead end at first.
Right. I wanted it to just be like a hookah den with like passed out people.
Oh, we
I
do
wanted
have
to
some
have-
passed out people.
Yeah, I wanted to have like a goat-headed sitar player, but unfortunately, no. That'll be later, maybe.
What do I see there?
Alright, that's that. And we still have one more place here.
Yeah, this is something that we'll definitely need to fix with like a
Oh yeah,
yeah. With a visible tripwire, perhaps a
Yeah,
perhaps a
let's-
Connell comment or something.
let's actually get in there and take a look at it. I don't think a Connell comment is necessary. but like actual visible tripwire is definitely needed because this room is a death trap, and the only
Yes.
indication is the sound of gas, and you see this
You see
pump.
that movement, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's not intuitive, it doesn't really convey anything. And if you step in here, you're dead. You can't escape it. So yeah, you should add like a tripwire. And you can disable the trap from above.
I did actually see someone escape it in a Let's Play.
Oh.
I did. Yeah, they can. You can get. You'll still take damage, but you can. You can actually survive it. I don't know how they did it, but they were able to somehow get above it and attach onto the ladder, and they took some damage, but
right,
they
here's the
didn't kill
bronze
them.
gear that we're gonna need. And Brother Vedast is being surprisingly silent. He's supposed to be
Ranting, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm very proud of those voice sets. Those were really fun to make.
Yeah, those are taken from Dreamian Codex, right? They are really
Yes.
old.
Yes, yes. I made them for that game, and I just thought they were hilarious. If you want to, like, go through his voice set in the files, and oh man, like a lot of the lines we still use as jokes. Like we still quote him. It's because they're so funny.
That wasn't the idea. There.
Butcher Bills.
Yeah, Butcher Bills, Meaty Thrills.
Ooh,
Secret
rats.
ingredient.
I think I'll skip lunch, thanks.
Well, better than spiders.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
Mainel's snakes. Steaks, I mean. Snakes.
Yeah. That's the place where you find like the raccoon heads too, I think. Or what?
No, that's where
Are
you
they-
find the monkey head.
Is that what they are? Is it a monkey head?
Yeah,
In the OM?
yeah. That's what we're using in this mission. That's the
Yes, yes,
object. Yeah.
I know we called it that. I know we called it that, but I don't know. For some reason, it always kind of looked like a raccoon to me.
Oh, he's coming this way. Or not. Yeah, that object. The entire reason we are calling it a monker is because that's what it's called in Drumed. The model is called a monker for some reason.
Yeah, I think there was a readable in this build that used to be in this building. I don't think it's in there anymore. I think it's still in the files, but I think I took it out of the game.
Oh yeah, I remember the one. Because the joke was dead even before this mission came out.
It was the impossible brick letter.
Yeah, I think you can still find it in the mission files.
It is, yeah, it's in there. But it's just not in the game.
Come on.
I was organizing and chronicling all the readables from this, and yeah, it's still in there.
This is not supposed to be difficult.
Well, it's not difficult.
Maybe I should be using my moss arrow so that I can jump freely. How many moss arrows do I have? Just one. Well, maybe I'm not gonna be using my moss arrows.
Who treads there?
I didn't make any sound. Why did he wake up? Okay, this is ridiculous, and I apologize to anyone who's watching and finds this annoying.
It's okay.
But I'm gonna save it here. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not entirely sure how we could make the platforming over there any better. And here is a journal written by Karas, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. That guy is not Karas. He's not here.
Right. Although I suppose we could have put him in here since he does exist in the stock files.
But I mean, maybe you could have just killed him and it would ruin the entire lore. Yeah, here is the eye.
Yeah. Taken from the actual... It's apparently double-sided, but yeah.
Yeah. And I added
Because it's a remodel. It's a
scouting
remodel
orbs
flash
here,
bomb.
which I thought was really cute because Connell can't interact with them because he doesn't have a mechanical eye. This was actually a subtle nod to Half-Life Blue Shift. If you remember, you don't have an HEV suit in that expansion, but you still encounter suit recharge stations. So I always thought it was a really nice touch that they included those, even though they are no longer useful. Like, it's not a good expansion, but it was a nice detail.
I had no idea that was a nod to that. You must have done that.
Yeah. I think that's everything in here. And that was our last contract.
Nice.
Right, do I have time to sneak by here? Probably not.
Oh man. I would have thrown caution to the wind.
And there is nowhere to hide here. Although I don't think she comes all the way over here. I can probably just chill out in this corner.
Yeah, pretty sure you can. Yep. She's examining the workings.
And we're back here. Why is it so difficult?
I don't know.
Should probably just jump like this.
It's probably because you picked up that bottle of black grease.
Oh yeah, and it's now all over my clothes and stuff, yeah.
Hands, slippery fingers.
Alright. So yeah, going back to this readable, which you find in Devon's secret safe. If you don't read it, this is unfrappable. And it's something we should change.
Yes.
Also, there is this mysterious note, which you can find even before encountering the demon, and it's very cryptic, but that was kind of the point, because it's supposed to make sense both before and after. Like, it's written in the present tense, like not the future or past. So
yeah, I
it's
think
like this guy is, you know, can see the future and what will happen even after you deal with the demon.
I think at one point we even had it set. It was going to appear like floating in the air, like after you talked to the demon outside. But then we decided that it was cooler to do this, more mysterious.
Right, and there is one more ingredient we need. The poor Yukiki.
Yukiki.
Sitting on the yonder cabinet. That's the Monkar.
Yes.
Does it look like a raccoon?
I think I've heard people even talk on the forums it's a raccoon head. I mean, I believe it is intended to be a monkey head, but you know, people have a whole conversation about grapes.
There is supposed to be a conversation here. It doesn't work for some reason.
It's just the sound of like guards and thieves fighting. I don't know why it didn't work. It's kind of funny. If it is intended to be a monkey head from the start. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that the community has mistaken what was intended to be a monkey for something else.
That's right. Yeah, there is that entire debate. Yeah. Because they are called ape beasts in Dramed.
Yes.
But wasn't there a developer who confirmed that they are rats, or is it just something that the community came up with?
I think...
Who's noising about then?
I think a developer read that we all thought it was rats in the early days, and then maybe they even changed, because the ape beasts in Thief 2 are clearly like you couldn't ever mistake them. I mean, they look like Donkey
yeah, they
Kong.
are 100% monkeys.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they did that. And I know that's why they put the rat beast in Thief Deadly Shadows as well, because that was I guess they thought the idea of rat beasts was cool or something.
I thought I was being clever.
So the entire reason that there's a rat beast in the Sunken Citadel in Thief Deadly Shadows is because of the community, which is pretty cool if you think about it.
Yeah, because in Godbreaker, I know you call them rats.
Yes.
And in Thief 2X, in the last mission, they are also referred to as rats. So it's kind of funny that.
Yes, to me they are ratmen. I still call them ratmen, and that's kind of what they've become. I think it's from the tail, because it's so polygonal. You can't really have like a rounded monkey tail, because they look pointy, and I think that's probably the biggest reason why people think that they're rats. I mean, they've got tails the size of your sword.
Thank the builder this cloak isn't a rental.
That's right. Rest in peace, Yukiki.
Yeah.
Now I have all the items we need.
I'm so glad we added the scream.
Yes.
The 8-beat scream. It's just perfect.
Right, let's actually save it.
I love this guard in here. It's like one of like the low poly guards from Thief 1. I love mixing those meshes. I don't care what people say. Like, this guard is cozy.
He has a face guard.
Yes. Yes, I love that look.
And apparently I've checked off the lookout finally.
I like this apartment. I like how there's a ceiling passage to go to the other one if you want to. Yeah. If you want to bypass the guard out in the hall, which he's not hard to sneak around or anything, but you know, it's always cool to add in alternate routes.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And there is a piece of loot in there as well.
In the vent there is? Oh.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
spice
Oh,
bag.
oh, right. Yeah, okay. I do remember that actually.
I'm not sure if this rope placement is good. It's fine.
Whenever there's a piece of loot and it's spice, it was probably me that put it there, just because spice is the default piece of loot when I'm not sure what else to put in there.
That's why everyone is a spice addict in your missions.
Yeah, that's right. If you control the spice, you control the city.
Right, I need to go back to the mage tower.
Saw some Let's Players like bless this thing. Try to bless this thing here instead of the cauldron.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
the...
Blessing the witch's cauldron is such a vague.
Yeah. I'm actually okay with keeping it that way, just because it's supposed to be something that's,
Yeah.
you know, optional anyway.
I mean,
And you know.
it is supposed to be cryptic.
Yeah.
Hello? Show thyself.
Right, I have to remember to get that secret.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Do I have to strafe jump to it?
I don't think so, but
Maybe I
you
just
do.
didn't get a good run and start. Oh, it should be easier if I strafe jump anyway.
I don't think you have to. But since it's a secret, it's probably okay if you do have to. But I don't know. I think a lot of people like instinctively strafe jump anyway.
My eyes show me right.
At least all the developers do.
And the builder said, if the foundation is weak, do wail and
And
the
remember,
builders be
do you remember the time before New Mantle was, or did you join after New
I
Mantle?
don't, because
It was no doubt nothing.
yeah, I joined when New Dark was already a thing, but I didn't know about New Dark, and my first playthrough of Thief 2 was actually on Old Dark, but I don't remember much about it.
I see.
I do remember it being kind of a pain.
I remember it being a vexing menace. That's what
Yes.
I remember.
The sinners we take would have no second chance.
Yeah, did we at some point even consider adding more stuff to the church? Like the nave, where this...
I know that people. Yeah, I had people who played the map early. Maybe even you, or someone else.
I think at
about
one
how you-
point I suggested, like, I mean, it would be cool to at least see the what's it called, the sermon, and you were like, no, we are not doing that.
Yeah,
because
I
we were
do-
already at the limit, basically. There.
Yeah, we would have to cut something else.
Hello? Show
Which,
thyself.
you know, might be worth it, but it's... I don't know, that'd be a big nave, and I don't know. It would be cool.
Yeah, it would take quite a bit of
Who goes there?
brushes and objects.
Said that.
Maybe
Also,
someday I'll make another Connell mission that takes place in part of Silver Smoke, and you can go into the nave in that one. I don't know.
yeah, there was that readable about blessing the grave with cheese, which,
yes.
yeah, everybody tried to do it. and
Yeah, no,
it
I
doesn't
felt bad. I
even
was
mean
like,
anything.
"Ah."
Yeah, everybody
Yeah, I felt
tried
bad.
to
Maybe
bring
we-
some cheese to the grave.
Maybe we should make that an update where it actually does something.
It's been nice doing business with you. Now, treasures mortal. You pay
Yeah,
We need to fix this too, because like there were people that kept blessing it over and over again, and then it kept repeating
Yeah.
the animation. Yeah.
that guy,
Sloppy programming,
Safe
Russ. Sloppy
travels.
programming.
That guy looks like the trickster, but it's not the trickster.
Right. It's just
It's
it's
just
just
a
a
demon.
stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trickster is not the only creature of his kind.
At one point I was going to use just like an ape beast. It was going to be an ape beast with like red eyes, I think. But I ended up doing the trickster just because the shape of him is so like you can immediately tell that it's something diabolical just by the
Yeah.
shape of it, like, with the hooves and the way that its legs are bent and everything.
So now we completed pretty much everything. Yeah, that whole quest is like... I think that's the result of what I was talking about at the very beginning. You wanting a big, involved story, and
Yeah.
me wanting a straightforward mission, so the biggest plot twist of the mission is optional, and you don't have to engage with it, but it's like the most interesting part.
I remember at one point I was thinking about making it so, and I think we decided it was too much, but there was one point where I wanted it to, because most people, when the first time they did the ritual, they didn't understand it, so they just let the demon, they got tricked by the demon, and he escaped. I think at one point I was actually going to make him slaughter like every Hammerite that was
Oh yeah,
patrolling.
I
Yeah.
was against that.
Yeah. I was going to make him like just, as soon as you let him go, you would just hear a bunch of noise and screams, and all of the hammers that are patrolling would be dead, basically. The sermon would still go on, but all the ones that were like upstairs would be dead.
Yeah, so this is how I get out of here. I purposely left a rope spot, and this is 100% a reference to Broken Triad.
Yes. I love that part of Broken Triad.
But I don't like doing this because this guy is a bit of a dick, and he lets out a couple zombies.
What are you talking about? He's just trying to help everybody.
I mean, yeah, he's just doing his job.
He's not a dick. And those zombies rang the bell, so.
But I don't want to be dealing with the zombies, so...
Ugh. We should have at least finished the scene so we can hear the marapper noise when he...
Oh, come on, we've heard that noise so much. Do we really need to hear it again?
Oh yeah, it's actually my portalized sound now. Or, well, optimized, because I don't have a sound for portalized anymore, because it got too annoying, but...
Yeah, this cemetery looks awesome, by the way.
I like it. It was fun to make. I like these mausoleums.
It's pretty detailed.
Yeah. It was very fun to make. I really enjoyed it. And obviously the huge and obvious reference to one of the OMs down here in the crypts. Since the layout is literally taken from from a mission.
Yeah.
Most people caught it. Like most people were like, this reminds me of something. Yeah, of course.
It is more optimized though, because in eavesdropping it's
the brushwork is very bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's built in not at all an optimal way, and after we rebuilt it we saved like 1000 cells. Which was important, because we still had more stuff to add. Like, there is a bunch of loot down here, and I have to make sure I don't miss any of it.
Huh? What was that?
It's very because all the rooms look so similar. I mean, just like eavesdropping, you know.
Yeah,
it's maze-like, you know.
I just need to double check, because I think
Hey.
you placed all this loot around here, and there is like a necklace near one of these crypts
Yes.
on the floor, and
Oh.
it's very easy to miss. I don't think it's here. It's on the other side.
No, it is. I was gonna save you some time because I know where it is. Yeah. It's in where the other thief is patrolling.
I feel lucky tonight. Once I get out of work here.
And this guy right here has a note which explains why they are here.
Yes.
Isn't Germ a guy from Godbreaker?
Yes, that's my standard thief, like, thug name. So, but I thought it would be cool to actually have him connected in all the stories, I guess. Yeah, he's the guy who gives a note to somebody.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me.
I think he gives a note to one of the assassins in slipping away. I think one of the notes to one of the assassins is from Germ, I believe.
I remember a note from him in the last mission where he talks about the key to Saint Uriel's.
Oh, that's right. That's where it's from. It's not from. I'm thinking.
So,
of
this guy.
else. This guy almost. Well, he did break the entire mission. There was a really silly bug that was my fault because I'm not very great at scripting stuff in Thief. That usually I have Russ do it, and I had him watching the torch that's next to him, and he would watch it, and I think how many things would it add to the hierarchy?
It was like 100 every second or so. Like
Yes,
100 objects every second. And it created a
Yeah.
memory leak, and in 7 minutes the mission would just crash.
Yes, but in my testing I never played for longer than 7 minutes, so I didn't catch it.
I mean, we did ship the mission with the exact same bug, which then Russ introduced.
Yes, that one wasn't my fault. That was Yandros.
Yeah. And it wasn't as intensive, it was 3 hours or something, not 7 minutes, so some people played with it and never even realized.
Yes. Yeah, it's like 3 hours after the 3-hour point. It starts slowing down, and I think it won't load or something.
Yeah, well, we fixed it.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Right, I think I have all the loot. I do one last sanity check in this other
Did
section
that
of the
shadow
crypt.
move?
Because I always miss something in here.
I think you got it all, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I thought I was missing like another small nook. Yeah, I think I got everything.
And there's another point to listen to the sermon because there's a
Right.
stairs that go up to the nave from there. Just like in eavesdropping. There's like stairs that go right from the nave to the crypts.
So, we're basically done. Now we just need to get back to where we started
It is the
and
builder's piece now.
loot some more buildings on the way.
Oh yes, there's the other apartment. Which apartment do you think is better? This one or the other one?
This one has a nicer color scheme.
I see.
I really like this red Victorian wallpaper. Especially when it's lit with like warm orange light from torches and stuff.
Mm.
Huh? How odd. There's nothing there.
Didn't notice that the secret door where he keeps all of his wealth opened up directly next to him as he walked by. And closes again.
Yeah. Maybe it's supposed to do that, you know?
Yeah. His mind must be on other things, I guess. I don't know. He's a troubled man. Oh, he must be on random patrol.
Yeah, he is. Hopefully I'm gonna have enough time to grab this.
He likes to go in and watch his lady sleep sometimes, which is kind of creepy, but...
Oh, if he's going here right now... Okay, he doesn't.
He got snagged by the AI watch object there. I think it has a 10-second delay before it activates again, but it must have been enough.
I do like this door, which makes no purpose or no sense. I mean,
other than to have it be a place you can enter.
Like, yeah, like in reality, why would there be a door here? But it looks really cool.
Yeah. It probably should have been like a window, I guess.
No, it should be a door.
Okay.
And this room I like as well.
We could have made a little balcony, actually, like sticking out, maybe. Like a little garden, like a little tiny garden or something.
Thought I saw something.
Oh, and there's a secret in here too.
Yeah,
there?
the top floor of Maximilian wasn't changed.
No, it looks good as is.
The bottom floor was kinda bare bones.
Yeah. I don't think Max is home on this mission, is he? I don't think so.
No.
What's that noise?
Oh, and then there's that conversation that...
Yeah, which is very easy to miss. Because I think you can trigger it from above.
It's me, you taffer. Oh, I hate Night Watch.
Yep.
That's it.
Just a small convo. We are still yet to get to the best one.
Yes, the one that, yeah. That's my, I think it's probably the funniest one in the game.
Yeah, I would have dinner here.
Yeah. I would. Dinner with Max? That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, Max is gonna sit in the big chair, and all of us will sit on those small ones.
Of course.
That's not really fair, but it is what it is. Right, now we need to get past this lady, which can be tricky. I remember Clatrimus having a lot of trouble in this building on his Supreme run.
Yes, I remember
Trying
that.
to avoid first alerts in this house is very tough.
You catch that?
Yes, it is.
Guess it's nothing now. Looks like it's nothing.
For the longest time playing Thief, I actually didn't know that you could do that walk on the tile or on any surface really, where you can be totally silent by moving slowly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was something that I didn't discover until I think it was one of Unkade Onago's missions, where it's like extremely hard to, because it's tile right away. I don't remember which one. It's like this really weird mission that he made, but people were confused. They're like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, it's tile and I just can't not alert somebody. And he explained the method of walking. So he was actually relying on people to do that when he made his mission.
Also, I went the wrong way. I was meant to go to the other window. Yeah, you can do this, and you can also
Maybe next time.
jump from any noisy surface without making noise if you crouch first. That's also one of the tricks. Like,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
can
obviously,
do this.
the people who Ghost and Supreme Ghost know this, but
Yeah.
casual players
I
may
I
not
always
know. I always
do this stuff.
have moss. Me too. I almost never use moss arrows because I know that you can do it. But I always like to include moss arrows for the more casual
Yeah, there
players
are
that don't
plenty of
know.
moss arrows in this mission. I just didn't pick up any.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every flower pot. Oh.
See, this guy's not getting paid by Miss Ball very well, so he didn't care that he saw you come in.
Yeah, maybe he thought I was Miss Ball. Probably just the lady checking up on things.
No. He would know. You would know if you saw Miss Ball. You would know immediately. I love the interior here. This is one of the things that you made. And
Yeah,
it looks
that
really
was
good.
the first thing I added to the mission. It was like my audition for this, for joining you.
Yeah, and this was great. And actually, this whole side of the map connecting from like the civic area to the cathedral was you roughed it out and blocked it in pretty much. So
yeah,
like
you
this
can
whole
see
street.
on the map, like even on the map, you can see the difference in our styles. Like your stuff is very, very dense and interconnected, and my stuff is built on a larger scale. I guess it adds variety at least.
It does. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It
Some
was
people
good.
were confused by this guy. They also thought this was the lunatic, but it's just a
Yes.
thief who's
Yeah, just
casing
a
the
thief.
joint. And also this guy isn't knocked out, he's just sleeping, but doesn't make any noise, which is kind of strange.
Yeah. I intended for him to be knocked out, but you can wake him up.
Someone making noise?
This was actually the first.
Yes,
building
I
that
remember.
made.
Like, I remember you sharing the screenshots of this when you just started working on the mission. And it was really impressive. And then when I heard that you abandoned working on the mission, I was like, dude, we have to get it done.
Yes, yeah. You weren't the only one who messaged me about it, who was like, you need to finish this.
Thought I saw something.
And all of these books were just like the individual books that I
Yeah,
put in.
this
every
was
single
the
shelf.
object killer of the mission. It was like 500
Yeah.
books in this room alone.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. It looked really cool though. I mean, it looked convincing, but I'm not sure it definitely wasn't worth it. But yeah, I hand placed every single book, and yeah.
Oops. I thought I had more time.
It's tedious, but I do that at my own home. Like I'm always rearranging and organizing my bookshelves all the time.
Hello.
That's kind of one characteristic about Connell that I guess you could say is that we have in common. Oh, that guy's stuck on the stairs now.
Yeah, well, you can usually free him up by saving and loading, but that staircase is more complex than it should be.
Yeah, we can fix it. It's an easy fix. He fixed it. But yeah, I was saying that characteristic of collecting books and lore is one thing that Connell and I have in common. Is that because I did that too. I love that. I don't go on any tomb raids or anything, but
Not yet.
Yet, exactly. This guy's definitely gonna first alert.
Come, what's that?
Hello? Someone there?
It was nothing.
Oh well. Don't know what it was. Hello?
But that isn't a problem for you, is it?
Show yourself.
It's one of the best running jokes in the community.
Oh well. Guess it wasn't the thing.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I like that a
round
lot.
room is amazing.
Yeah.
Someone making noise?
I like this hallway actually a lot. This was the first time I started doing this type of building. There's a couple other hallways that are very similar. This hallway that you're in right now.
Yeah, there is one in Telford Manor as well.
Yep. Different color, but yeah, it's basically the same type of pattern.
I don't like this place at all. It's just a bunch of people walking around and going on. Hey! What was that noise?
Okay. So I'm gonna do the forbidden jump.
All quiet. Must have been.
The sights and sounds of silver smoke.
Yeah, the bucket head is supposed to be neutral. And this music, I'm not sure how many people realized, but it's everyone's favorite music from Thieves Guild, from the casino, just sped up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which sounds even better when it's sped up.
I agree. It's like a rave. It's a rave song.
Is she gonna patrol?
She should.
Hey,
She's stuck in
someone back there?
Or idle.
That
idle
was lucky.
Yeah.
I don't see a guy stuck near the ceiling here, which is good.
Yes, sometimes that happens.
And now we're gonna listen to the best conversation in the mission. This calls for raising the ambient volume a little.
Yes, I agree.
Are in arms? What is it? How goes your watch? Guess all's quiet. Mine too. Not the weather we're having. Yeah. Rather be sleeping, though. Good. When you're done moping, I suggest you get on with your patrol. You remember when the bear... Are you all right? This is a disaster. Yeah, I told you. Hey, I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with? Yeah, well, later, maybe. I need to get some sleep. You ever wonder? I don't know, and I don't care. This is private property. Be on your way at once. No need to get all heated about it.
That's amazing.
Very fun to make.
Yeah, and I've said it before, I usually don't like these kinds of conversations, which are Frankensteined, as I say, from pieces of stock conversation, but that's because they never sound like actual conversation. Like, the replies don't make any sense. And you can usually just get a vague idea what's going on, but it doesn't sound natural. But this one sounds like it could have been in the game. Like, you can't tell that it's rearranged voice lines.
Yeah, I remember when people would find any excuse to use, like, the same old Garrett comments and the same old OM conversations. Like, I think in, I want to say in, like, I think in Christine's missions, like, on almost every single campaign, there's a certain point where you hear the, remember men, his name is Garrett conversation. Like, it happened, you hear it, like, all the time. And there's many other fan missions where you hear it all the time, too, that same conversation, and it's just like, yeah. Come on, guys. Use something else.
Yeah. This
But that
one
was kind of the
definitely worth
that
it to rearrange the voice lines and make something new.
yeah. But that was kind of it's a little unfair because that was kind of expected behavior back then, just like key hunts in Victorian manners, like reused OM conversations were something that was very normal and encouraged to do.
That was the last secret. That was my last reload, hopefully.
I think there was some mission where I think it was in my favorite year where like you're after a bottle of wine and there's the obvious Garrett conversation at the end, which was like, my favorite year. And I can't remember if he did it or not, but I remember
Yeah,
they were
yeah, he did
testing
it.
that.
It's like, my favorite? Nope, not doing this. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It was a nice touch.
That was my idea. It could have also just been nope,
Yeah.
instead of just starting it, but that would have worked too.
5938, that should be all the loot.
How many AIs do you sneak around, like, knowing which way they're going to turn, so you actually have to, like, kind of sneak around their backside as they turn?
Hello?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Well, that's Feast of Pilgrims.
Yep.
Let's see. Yes, I did get all the loot. 5938. All 8 pockets, picked 11 logs, all 12 secrets.
Nice. Yeah, I think I can't remember who it was what I watched play where they did not find all the secrets and they were like, "What? 12?"
I think that was pretty much everyone, because usually people found like 4 or 5 secrets. Like 12? Where? Well, hopefully now you know. Well, hopefully the viewers enjoyed this, and thank you again for being here.
Yeah,
I
no
should
worries.
have you here more often.
I'll sit.
Just make more missions, or we should make more missions together, and yeah.
Well, we kind of are. It'll just be a while. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've got a lot of organizing to do. But we've actually got, probably a lot bigger of a start than some people realize. Because there's a couple maps at least that are pretty much done. So it's just gonna take some more time.
Yeah. Couple years at least.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. Things will get moving more quickly once we've got all of the plan put together more.
Right. So next time I'll be finally back to my regular Let's Plays, and I'll do Eclipsed by Hipbreaker.
Excellent mission.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I love it, but I do find it fascinating in a way, and that's why I want to do it, because it's very interesting.
I think it has those cool red plants that I took for the swamp, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, those are from Broken Triad initially.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. I mean, I guess that makes sense because they look like the other things in Broken Triad, but I'm surprised I didn't realize that because I've played Broken Triad so many times and I don't remember where they are. Are they in the
on the island, in the second mission.
Okay. Yeah, that's where they would be, I guess.
Yeah. Right. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care.
All right. Yep, take it easy, everybody.